it's been a busy few months for Coach Dawn Staley. Another Final Four appearance, that statue unveiling, the International Basketball Hall of Fame, and of course, her new book that's hitting shelves already. It's called Uncommon Favor.
And you know what? I have known Coach Dawn Staley for nearly 2 decades as a champion, as a truth teller, and as a fiercely loyal friend. When she told me she was writing a book, I thought, how in the world did she have time? I have to tell you, though, this book is so dope. It's got her picture on the back. The back cover even feels like a basketball, and honestly, I could not put it down. The title says it all, Uncommon Favor. And just like Dawn, it is real, it is grounded in faith, and yes, it also has a few surprises.
Coach Dawn Staley is used to writing game plans instead of chapters. So when the idea of writing a book came up, it took some persuading, nearly 3 years.
Once we won the championship in an undefeated way, and it was so uncommonly like the favor of God, I was like, I got to tell my story.
And she is telling it all, opening up in a way that she never has before, sharing her biggest joys, her grief, and her growth.
What do you think has created a safe space for you to make you willing to take that risk?
It's comfort, the comfort of people. I think South Carolina has been probably the biggest growth spurt. And usually it happens in college where you're finding yourself, you're 18 years old, you leave college when you're 22 years old, and you think you've made the biggest growth spurt. I think it took me a while to really get comfortable with who I am.
This was a powerful statement too. When you are an introvert, you feel more than you can convey. Basketball allowed me to express myself without uttering a word.
I mean, that summed up who I was as a youngster. And I was just terribly shy. I was uncomfortable around people that I didn't know. But I was able to just speak loudly on the basketball court, with my game, because I was the only girl playing.
Listen, you made me laugh reading in the book where you said you got this letter in the mail from Dartmouth and you thought it was your first invitation. You're like, I'm getting college offers already, and it was an invitation really for a camp, which you know now. But, when you did get to the point where you were getting those offers and you were arranging meetings to be anywhere other than your house, talk to me about what you share in the book regarding what your mother told you.
Yeah, my mother was like, never be afraid or ashamed of where you come from. And I don't necessarily think I was ashamed. I'm a very private person. I mean, coaches were strangers to me. They weren't like friends. I know we had conversation on the phone, they sent letters and all of that. But they're strangers, and I think my neighborhood is sacred.
Dawn's mother, Staley, passed away back in 2017. But her wisdom and the many sacrifices she made are really at the heart of everything Dawn does. Thinking about her mother's courage is exactly why Dawn decided to speak truth to power in the pay equity debate.
And I just hope that people will read the book and understand that it wasn't the money. It was more the principle of what is the right thing to do. It did benefit me personally, but I know if someone reads the book and they're in negotiations, it's going to give them a ray of hope to continue to fight the good fight because they're worth it. And if not, continue to bet on yourself.
Yes, continue to bet on yourself, and she does that every single day. And the person who convinced her to write this book, South Carolina's Charlemagne God, in coordination with his publishing company. So that was very exciting, and it was 3 years, like I said, in the making, but it is such an easy read. It's so authentically Dawn. And in the book, Billie Jean, she does talk about her former players, superstars Asia Wilson, Aaliyah Boston, and even the great Malaysia Fulwiley. Nice. So we'll tell you more about that coming up tonight.
I can't wait. Just now it's like, oh wait, we gotta talk. We gotta talk about it. We gotta talk about it. Looking forward to part 2 at 6. Absolutely amazing.